Little guy, you cannot sit in the road. You can't do it.
They get mad at you if you come out the woods and leave a bear in the tree. They get upset. And
Good morning. We are back on the trail. I'm just gonna make it simple. We are heading out from Route 60, heading north. And I'll show you some scenery along the way. So if you're interested, come with me. Let's take a walk. That is a big tree to come down, and the leaves on it are still green, so I'm sure that that's just from the Hurricane Fred. And granted, it had problems, but it's a big one. Just another observation on the trail. I've been passing a bunch of these, which is moles digging up the soil going across the trail. First woolly worm of the year. It's August 21st. So this is the top of Bald Knob. It's not really a bald, but it's a big rock. Okay, I'm not gonna beat up on the trail maintenance people, but damn, I'm just walking the gauntlet. There's not the weeds, it's the bees. Every one of these has bees on it. I'm not going to go down to the shelter. It's a half-mile downhill and a half-mile back uphill, so I'm not going to do it. Camping and campfires prohibited in open or mowed areas. I know I've said this before, but I really do love walking on these balds. It's such a nice break from staring at the trees and staring at the ground for days on end. We are at the top of Coal Mountain. Great views. I suspect we're heading that way. So we'll see if we go through some balds. So this is Route 755 where it crosses the Appalachian Trail, and surprisingly there's a bunch of cars up here because this is just a stone road. This is an interesting place. We're at Hog Camp Gap, just came down the trail that way, and we are surrounded by a big meadow. Lots of flat spots to camp, places where people have had campfires. So, looks like a good place to stop. And I have internet, so that's always a plus. Now this is Salt Log Gap, and it's definitely drivable by car because a car just went by. So, and if I can swing around here, sorry if I make you dizzy, there's a parking lot. So it is a place where you can get dropped off or picked up. Okay, this is Forest Service Road 246. Is it passable by car? I kind of doubt it. There's kind of a parking lot there, but I'd say if you don't have a Jeep, I wouldn't try it. We are at the Seeley Woodworth Memorial Shelter. Just gonna take a real quick shot and move on. I like the wood shake shingles. I don't know if you can see that. See if I can zoom in here. Wood shake shingles on the top. I'm just gonna say a lot of this section is really nice. What I'd like to describe is built for speed. I mean, you can fly when it's like this. I really don't like to complain on videos, but I'm gonna say something. This up at Spy Rock, there's a trail that goes up to it. It's an old roadbed, and that's the roadbed behind me. From what I understand, it's become private property somehow, and there's a road, there's a parking lot at the old state fish hatchery down there, and there's a parking lot and you can walk up the trail, but I've read stories about people getting out and yelling at people, this is private property and I'm calling the sheriff kind of thing. And I don't know how something that's a point of interest in the community with a road that clearly the community didn't build, it was there before those houses were built. And I don't know how they're able to claim that property. Just, you know, keeps people from visiting the cool stuff. one of those marquees up here. Spy Rock Trail map. You are here. We are on the top of Spy Rock. It's almost a 360-degree view. We just have one mountain that's kind of in the way right there. But great spot. We have blackberries at the top of Spy Rock. This is the parking lot at Route 826 heading up to the Appalachian Trail. It's the alternate route to the Spy Rock Trail, but it's got a bathroom and everything. It's kind of interesting because it's not a real good road. So we are here at the road crossing for Route 263, which is basically a four-wheeler road. I don't think a car could possibly make it up there. And we're heading to the priest shelter and then down to the Tye River and Tye River crossing. So I'm going to try to make some time today because there's been thunderstorms every day coming around 2 o'clock or so. So I'd like to be off the trail by then and not have everything be soaked. So we'll see. So we have one of those trail marquees up here because it looks like we're entering the priest wilderness, and we are right here. So this is the Priest Wilderness, which is part of the George Washington National Forest. So I think we have passed the Jefferson National Forest. I'll have to look at my map. Since we're in the Priest Wilderness, it makes sense that we are at the Priest Mountain Shelter. I wanted to stop and check out this shelter because from what I understand, the tradition is that people write confessions in the logbook here at the shelter. So I'm going to open it up and see if there's anything really interesting. Well, that's a bummer. There is no logbook in here. There's a pen, but the logbook is gone. Okay, this is a cool spring. I mean, it's literally coming right out of the rock, right out of the side of the mountain. And since we're looking at this spring, I do want to make another observation. I was showing how it was really dry there for a while, but now it's August 30th, and it's been raining just about every night. Just pop-up thunderstorms. So there's water in all these little creeks that I go by now, so that's a good thing. That's interesting. This is a good spot to see how the rocks are formed in this particular area. And you can see that they've been turned up on end. You see it? It's a walking stick. I know I've said this before, but I can always tell when I'm getting near a parking lot because the trail gets wider from all the people probably walking side by side out of the parking lot. And more than likely this was a logging road. And you know I love the logging roads. So this is the parking lot at Route 56 at the Tye River. So I'm going to walk over and take a look at the river in a second. So that's a wrap for today. I want to thank everybody for coming along and sharing the Appalachian Trail with me. And remember, where we're going, we don't need roads.